Hello friends, welcome to IITC. This is Ved Prakash from IITC channel. Today we are going to discuss a very demanded topics and points of the construction industry, of the mining industry, or some industries where the constructions are essential. The types of soil, sloping and benching calculation. Probably you might have come across this kind of challenges in your industry when you are doing excavation. So in that case we must know what is the type of soil. We should know how to do a slope and what is the sloping angle, and we should know how to do benching calculation. In this presentation of next 15 minutes, I think more or less, I will try to condense this program as much as I can so that you can get a lot of information in shorter duration. We will see the following topics what is mentioned here, but not limited to. There are many more things in the presentation, but these are the key takeaway to you when you go for this program. We will see what do you mean by soil conditions. There are different kind of soils, and depending on the soil, type of soil, you are going to do the sloping as well as benching. We will see that what do you mean by soil condition. We will see the different type of protective systems what you are going to use during excavations. We will see what do you mean by sloping and benching, and we will see what do you mean by shielding, and definitely we will see the most important thing, how to calculate slope angle and benching. So guys, I hope you understand these points, and this is required for you. Guys, my request for you to you is please subscribe the button if you have not subscribed so far, and please also press the bell icon so that you can get continuous updated information from us. And please feel free to send this link to your friends, your colleagues, your construction manager, your safety manager, your construction supervisor or excavation supervisor who may be required this kind of information. Guys, I would request you, if you have any question, any query, please put in the comment section so that I can come back to you with appropriate answer. IITC is privileged to allow you to use this slide for the training of your operation team, construction team, safety team, maintenance team, engineering team, and your contract worker. You can also use this slide as a safety moment, as a toolbox training in your organization, because toolbox training is very important. Sometimes companies use LMRA, last minute risk assessment. As we have understood that what we are going to learn, we are not going to repeat in this slide. Guys, let us start with soil classification. Normally soil is classified in type A, type B, type C. Determines and which will help determining the protective system of the construction industry or during excavation. Sloping or benching, shoring, timber shoring or aluminum shoring, this can be decided as per the soil type and soil condition. I hope since you are in the construction industry, probably, or you are the master of your industry, but this is my duty to tell you what are the academics requirement. Sloping, as we know that we need to know the definition. Excavation collapse and caving control is one of the method is a sloping. Sloping is a technique that employs a specific angle of inclination of the sides of the excavation. We need to make a inclination angle so that your site does not collapse. Angle varies from soil to soil and soil condition and soil type. Benching is where the side of excavations are taken down in the steps. We will have various steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, so that we can go to the bottommost. This is the benching. This also depends on the type of the soil. Now we will see that there are type A soil, type B soil, type C soil. For slope and the degree, you can understand tentatively 3/4:1 is the slope angle for type A. In the degree, if you can say, degree is a 50% or 50-degree angle. Type B soil, the slope angle is 1:1, and the degree you can say is a 45-degree. Soil type C, the ratio is 1:1/2:1, and the degree is 34. Hopefully you are able to understand. And guys, I will request you, if there is any confusion or any doubt, or if you want to say something, since we are not talking to each other one-to-one, feel free to put in the comment section so that we can come back to you. Type A 3/4:1, type B 1:1, and type C 1/2:1. This is a typical sloping and benching requirement, but the sloping we have seen here, and there are specific pictures are given here for your explanation, which is easy to understand. 3/4:1, 1:1, 1/2:1. These are the different slope angles are mentioned over here, which is easy to understand. Again, excavation, collapse and cave, control shielding and shoring. What do you mean by shield or shielding? Shielding a structure able to withstand a cave-in and protect workers, and also known as a trench box or trench shield. Since we use this kind of shielding to protect the collapsing the sizes or edge of the soil, so that worker can be protected. Shoring is a structure that supports the side of an excavation and protects against cave-in and collapse. You are able to see here, we have the shielding here, and we have got the supports. Here we have got the shielding, and here we have got the shielding. This kind of structures are used during construction or during excavation, specifically during deep excavation. Now we will see the protective system, safe excavation during construction. Protective system required unless. Why protective systems are required? Protective systems are required due to the following reasons. Excavation in stable rock. If there is a excavation in stable rock, we do not need protective system. Excavation less than 5 feet, 1.5 meter, and examined by the competent person determine no potential of caving. So in these cases, we do not need protective system. Other than that, we need protective system. Options include sloping and benching, and supporting the sizes by timber or by aluminum shoring. Simple sloping or benching, we have mentioned over here. Slope the size to angle not greater than 1/1.5, type C is given over here. This is type C soil, and this is a simple slope excavation. You can see this is the earth and this is the excavation is done, because type C soil is very loose soil. Timber or aluminum shoring installation, safe excavation construction must be designed or approved by a competent person. Use timber or aluminum or other suitable material for shoring. Requires soil condition, classification, depth and width of trench for shoring. Refer ready-made table for specification required on cross brace or hydraulic cylinder walls upright. You can see the tables in the following slides. The installation of shielding is securely connected. Employees should not be under the shield during the installation. When you are installing the shielding, the worker should not be there. must protect employees while entering the excavation. For removal, employees should not be under the shielding while or removing the installation. Shoring should be removed from the bottom up and slowly it should come up. Backfill to be done gradually. Daily inspection of all excavation areas, shoring, sloping, benching, shielding should be done by a competent, experienced person. Following should be checked before start of the shift. Possible caving, what is the possibility of caving, whether the sites are safe. Protective system failure, if there is damage of shielding and other part of safety system. Water accumulation, is there any water accumulation is there, then we need to do dewatering. Hazardous atmosphere in terms of oxygen level and any toxic gases if in case of working during the brownfield facility where there is a possibility of hazardous toxic gas emission. Competent person has authorized to remove worker from the excavation. Visual inspection should be documented, posted on the job site. So guys, these are the important things which has to be done on daily basis or before starting the job or before starting after the break. Excavation rescue, we have to do the rescue if in case of any unfortunate event. We will see initial size up, type of the incident we have to see. Then you have to see cave-in, flood or medical fire spill. What kind of injuries, what kind of incidents are there, we will see. Is there any injuries, we will also find out. Number and types, what are the number of injuries and types of injury. Missing person, if there any person missing inside the excavation. Chemical or sewage exposure. Safety of excavation for rescuers, we have to see. We have to notify in case of any incident, field personnel, emergency coordinator, emergency services, site manager and other managers. Excavation rescue, safe excavation construction. First step, stabilize the cave-in. Second step is control flooding. Ensure safe hazardous atmosphere. We have to see, we have to ventilate the excavation part, deep excavation. We have to provide the SCABA, safety harness and line, basket stretcher we have to provide if there is a requirement for rescue. The best rescue practice is one that you never have to make it. That is, the prevention is better than cure. Practice proper procedure, drill, mock drill. Make sure everything is safe before anybody goes inside the excavation. These are the essential requirements what we have seen. Excavation planning and hazards, guys. Before digging any excavation, it is important to produce a risk assessment. What is based on the JSA, JRA, JHA method statement, and eliminate the following before and during the permit is taken. We have to see the collapse of the sites. We have to see the filing objects, if any. We have to see access or egress. We have to see for what kind of fall protections are required. We have to see hazardous atmosphere, if any, in case of working in the brownfield area. Mobile plant and traffic. We have to see whether any mobile equipment like crane, excavators, trucks are working nearby. We have to see the possibility of water accumulation inside the excavation part. Nearby structure we have to see. Of course, we have to see shielding condition, shielding methods, shielding installation and removal. Excavation inspection have to be done by a competent person before any shift, before a startup. Excavation rescue is the most important part to initiate if in case of any emergency. Guys, this information what we discussed in past 10 to 15 minutes was very essential, is very essential for the people who are in the construction industry and which can be used during excavation. Guys, now the turn is yours. You should answer. I will not answer. What do you mean by soil condition? Guys, I hope you are able to understand. We should know the different types of soil, type A, type B, type C. We also know the different types of protective systems. I don't want to say here and I should not tell here. If you are not able to understand, I would request you to please stop it here and go back in the past and come the session. What do you mean by sloping and benching? You know. What do you mean by shielding is a protective system? We have seen it. How to calculate slope angle? That we have seen it. Depends on the type of soil, we can calculate the slope angle. So guys, I hope this information was useful for you. If you have any query, question, suggestion, or you want to give some more input, please feel free to put in the comment section, or you can also send me an email. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this session.